это штурм. Вот я еще такого не видел. Давайте, парни, давайте!
Dozens of Russian soldiers on motorcycles left their hideout and headed toward the zone controlled by Ukraine's Azov forces. Without hesitation, they hoped to capture the Ukrainian-controlled territory. Unbeknownst to them, the Ukrainian Azov-controlled zone was already heavily guarded by Ukrainian Azov snipers. When the Russian motorized forces made a large-scale movement, the Ukrainian Azov forces had already occupied strategic positions to spy on the Russian motorized forces. The Russian motorized troops did not realize that the route they were taking was territory already occupied by Ukrainian Azov troops. The operation seemed to have been planned very carefully for days. It can be seen from the choice of hiding positions for the Azov snipers to carry out attacks on Russian motorcyclists, as if they had known the movements of the Russian troops well in advance. Ukrainian Azov troops managed to paralyze 2 Russian motorcyclists in the first wave as they were searching for a route. And Ukraine Azov troops attack with drones so that they are completely safe. On a war-torn front line, a Ukrainian sniper unit from the Azov Brigade launched a deadly surprise attack. Their target was a group of Russian troops patrolling newly captured territory. The early morning silence was instantly shattered by the thunder of high-caliber gunfire that echoed through the ruins. Each bullet marked precision and discipline, as if the entire operation had been planned down to the last second. As the Russian motorcycle column crossed a narrow dirt track flanked by the wreckage of combat vehicles, the trap was activated. The first shot struck the lead rider squarely in the chest, sending his motorcycle crashing to the ground. In a matter of seconds, the entire line descended into chaos, screams, roaring engines, and indiscriminate return fire in unseen directions. But the Azov snipers had calculated every possibility. They fired calmly and measuredly, hitting moving targets amidst dust, smoke, and flying metal fragments. According to Ukrainian military sources, the operation was the result of days of careful planning, involving aerial reconnaissance by drones hovering silently over enemy positions. Coordination between air observers and snipers was flawless, waiting for the opportune moment when the enemy motorized unit was most vulnerable. Each shot was aimed not only at the soldiers, but also at the vital components of the vehicles: fuel tanks, engines, and tires. Several motorcycles exploded, creating fireballs that engulfed their riders. The remnants of the Russian unit attempted to retreat, but every escape attempt ended in destruction. The precision of the Azov snipers turned the narrow lane into a deadly field. The fighting reportedly took place in the Donetsk region, an area that had been the scene of fierce fighting and artillery exchanges for months. Following the action, Ukrainian forces advanced to secure the area. Among the burned-out motorcycles and scorched earth, they found evidence of the successful attack. While small in scale, the success had a profound morale and psychological impact, demonstrating that Ukrainian forces were capable of crippling the enemy, even in Russian-controlled areas. The loss of the motorized reconnaissance unit also had a significant impact on the Russian command in the sector. Without information on terrain and enemy troop movements, they lost the ability to detect Ukrainian maneuvers and respond quickly. One Azov officer called the operation a precision strike to save lives. He emphasized that every bullet fired was not driven by hatred, but by a sense of responsibility to defend the homeland from occupation and terror. As dusk approached, under the gray skies of Donetsk, silence descended again over the battlefield, filled with debris and smoke. The attack has become part of the fearsome reputation of Azov snipers, symbols of precision, discipline, and determination in the face of enemy forces. To the enemy occupying the territory, the message is clear: no place is truly safe. Azov's eyes are always watching, and the next bullet might be aimed before they even realize it. But behind these tactical successes lies a deeper meaning. For Ukrainian troops on the front lines, these victories are not mere statistics or minor achievements. They are a form of mental resistance against the constant pressure of Russian forces, which possess superior numbers and logistics. Each precision strike, no matter how small, builds confidence that they still hold the upper hand on their own soil. Military analysts who have examined the combat footage have called these actions silent finishing operations, an example of how simple technology and careful planning can neutralize a theoretically superior threat. Reconnaissance drones, encrypted communication systems, and cross-unit coordination are the backbone of Ukraine's new strategy: intelligent, information-based warfare. There are no spontaneous attacks, no large-scale frontal engagements, just small, quick, and precise strikes. One observer in Kyiv said, "What Azov did in Donetsk is not just a military action, but a political and psychological message." The message is simple yet poignant, that even amid Russian air and artillery dominance, Ukrainian forces remain capable of instilling fear and threat. In modern warfare, fear can be a poison missile, and snipers know how to use it.